Okay, second part, I got disconnected there. So like I was saying, the phrase I like to use a lot is, I'm the quarterback. I should be able to throw it to one of the receivers so they can do the touchdown because I'm not a runner. But when the quarterback doesn't have anybody to throw it to, you just sit on the ball, you try to run it yourself. And I found out with sending it to senators, sending this immigration plan to the president, sending this immigration plan to congressmen, doesn't do the job because they don't respect the source material or it's not convenient for them. I'm going to post the transcript of the La Patria Declaration with a picture of the document, and also this is a published document. I actually sent it to a newspaper, and I'll send you the newspaper link. I'm going to put it in the description down below so that you can read it, and you're going to be my football receivers. If it chimes with you that this is a plan that can fix immigration, and it's more relative now than it was before. Because I used to say back in the day in 2006, if we don't fix this now, down the road, there's going to be a really aggressive president that will have the total power of the law behind him, and he won't have pity or empathy for the immigrants that are here undocumented. So it's better to fix this now. It's in the same vein as what the parable of Jesus says. Before you go to court, make peace with your opponent before you go before the judge, because once you're in front of the judge, the law is going to be thrown at you. And that's what we attempted to do, because at the end of the day, it's not the politicians, they're just representatives, it's we the people. So the Hispanic community that was here illegally was trying to negotiate a equitable plan of immigration with the American people, because I always use the example I would use is in the office environment, there are rules about relationships between superiors and their subordinates. So if the CFO gets the secretary pregnant, he finds out she's pregnant and he fires her because it's against the bylaws of the company. Well, yeah, he's right, but where's your consequences for participating in this? And we, the American people, cannot get on our high horse, even though the law is in our favor. If you're here illegally, out you go. However, we're culpable, American people, over decades of the sins of omission for voting people in or not paying attention to the idiot Democrats that come into power, that have fomented this program where it's metastasized to the point that it's stage 4 cancer. The immigration situation right now is critical. So we can't get on our high horse. Yeah, well, the law says, yeah, but you know what? The boss, the CFO, can't fire the secretary because she got pregnant because you got her pregnant. So yeah, the law's in your favor, but you also have dirty hands. That's what the spirit of the immigration process was. And to get to the end of the story, the La Patria Declaration was a rebooting of the immigration process, because it was basing itself on the old system, the simple system in the past of immigration from the 19th century, where you had, or the early 20th century, the late 19th century, early 20th century, where you had Ellis Island on the East Coast and Angel Island on the West Coast. Both were islands, part of the United States, but quarantined both medically, legally, and physically from the mainland. You would get off the boat, you would show your documents. First of all, you show who you are, your ID, then you would show your documents, then you would have a medical examination, and then if everything was kosher, you would get an orientation and a welcoming to the United States, where they showed them how to integrate. America is a melting pot. It's not a bowl of M&Ms. You see the distinction? You're supposed to come here, learn the language, learn the culture, and adapt to the system and the mentality of a constitutional capitalist system. Don't come here and bring your ideologies and try to change the country. That's not melting. That's just mixing. And if, like right now, we don't melt. You have Muslim communities over here. You have Mexican communities over there. You have Filipino communities over there. You have Japanese communities over here. And everybody's in the little sequestered little areas, and we're not mixing and matching. The beauty of the United States, the experiment of the United States, is that we don't have our own culture, which is not true. Our culture is the melting soup of the world. We invented the hot dog. We invented the pizza. We invented the chimichanga. Those are American inventions made by immigrants. But if you come here and you don't integrate, and you're not part of the legal system, and you're not here documented, instead of being an asset, you're a liability, which is what the elitist world order leaders want it to be. They want us at each other's necks, because where there's strife, that's where they monetize us, and then they radicalize us, and then while we're fighting amongst ourselves, they're sneaking all the way happy to the bank with our value. So, again, I started this whole journey with the immigration reformation, the rebooting of the system. We were rebooting back to the way it was before. Right now, the immigration system is not intellectually honest. It's not a system of checking and clearing and orienting immigrants. Now it's been politicized, where they're using it to radicalize, monetize, and militarize immigrants, so that we're fighting each other. We have to shave that off and reset it. Why do I use the word reboot? Because let's say America was a computer.